I really want to honor your guys' time, and so I would like to do for our Connections team, if you guys don't know, if you're on the Connections team, so Connections goes from everything from parking lot greeters, which we want to eventually have, door greeters, all the way through to growth groups, special classes like our Next Steps class, and if we start a starting point class or something like that, all of those encompass our connections. And what it is to get people connected to our church and somewhere that they feel that community that we all feel already. So that is the purpose of all this. So this is kind of a restart a little bit of all of that. I have one video. You gotta bear with me a second. Never mind, it's gone. So we'll skip that. But we'll start off by just saying thank you. Thank you for all you guys that have been volunteering for a long time, all you guys that are starting now. Thank you for being a part of this. Growth group leaders, ushers, greeters, everything in between, coffee bar, thank you for doing it all. Those cups right in front of you, those are a gift for you to say thank you. That sticker on top of them, if you slap that sticker on there, take it to the coffee bar every Sunday when you come before you get going, it's free coffee. I know we just work on donations, but now you don't have to feel weird about not giving a donation. It's free coffee, it's our thank you. We could have got you $5 gift cards, but for $1 more, we can get you a bunch more coffee, so thank you. Okay, so our goal is for everyone that walks through our doors to feel known, connected, and cared for. And I know that's kind of weird to think of as a guest walking through the door, but even someone that's been here for the first time, this is our goal for them. To get them all the way to where we say they're fully connected, which is growth groups and serving and everything that you guys, most of you guys are already doing. That is our goal. And to give you kind of an idea of why this is kind of a passion of mine, most of you know I wasn't raised in church, and my journey getting into church wasn't necessarily a great one. I went with my wife, that's when I started going. She was my girlfriend at the time, but it wasn't quite a welcoming church when it came to that stuff. We tried to do what we were supposed to do when we were engaged. We tried to get into a young couples group, and we kind of weren't welcomed. And then we went, once we got married, we got into another young couples group, and it was highly dysfunctional the way some of the people treated each other, and we kind of ended up being in the middle. And we just saw a lot of ugliness early on in my Christian walk inside the church, and we want this to be the exact opposite of that. We want to flow someone from the front door to where they walk in, they just automatically feel loved on, they automatically feel like they belong here, and so they are able to make those next steps into finding Jesus and getting in a group and finding real connection. So kind of, you have those yellow pieces of paper in front of you. Actually, let me see this next year. I have a video I want to show you. And, a lot of information I take, I have a few different people I get information for. One of them is Thomas Rainer. He's really analytical, and I kind of get into that. He has numbers and data and everything to back up everything they do. And this is a video from them. You gotta kind of be patient. My computer doesn't like to blow up this large, so.
Hi there. Welcome to your church. Today, I'd like to talk with you about becoming a more welcoming church. Back here, we've got Jack and Sally and little Jack. They're first-time guests today. Hi. You guys ready? We gotta do the mic. Let's do it. Most church members don't see their churches clearly. They think of their churches as friendly, open, welcoming. But when guests were surveyed, they typically saw church members Churches in the Country Club. It's a place for broken people to come together and become a family. Sermon started. Gotta be quick. In his new book, Tom Rainer has a game plan for making churches more hospitable. In all his years of consulting churches and analyzing the research, he's developed a resource to help church members understand their role in becoming a welcoming church. Rainer guides readers toward a practical framework for making a difference in the lives of those that visit their churches. Churches can use becoming a welcoming church to understand and audit where they are on the spectrum between welcoming and wanting. Also, don't be bored. Check the book out, it's in there. Hi there.
Now we're there. All right, so it's hard for us when we come to a place that we love so much to really see something objectively. And we do that a lot with our church. Now, I'm not saying we're bad. We are a great church. We have, I mean, if you looked in there and saw how many people were in second service these last few weeks, it is because we are doing a pretty good job of being welcoming. But we can always get better. And we have specific places where we know we need to get better. We've gotten emails, we've gotten areas where people have come into our church and they didn't feel welcome, and that's okay. That's something that we can build on. We can grow from. So that sheet in front of you it's very basic. And it's meant to be very basic because being welcoming, being comforting is very basic. And so we're just going to start off with these 5 little things. And in the weeks to come, when you get emails from me, and I'll talk about other ways that I'm going to communicate with you guys, because if we do this right, we'll need to do something like this once a year. And then from there, I'll communicate through Facebook, through videos, through podcasts, through emails, things that we're just going to basically back up these 5 points. That's it. In a little bit, you'll break up and you'll go into your areas of ministry and you'll go over a few more things, but just basic, just really basic stuff. So our first point is we create a comfortable environment for attenders and guests to hear and receive the truth of Jesus. It's very simple. And that starts from the parking lot, that goes into the greeters, to the ushers, the coffee bar. There's a really good video that I'll be sending you soon. Coffee Bar's going to watch it a little bit, just about breaking down barriers of people that are walking into our church for the first time. They may be dragged there, they may be whatever, but we are knocking down barriers, preconceived notions that they have in their minds. We're going to knock those down so they can step up and really be open to Jesus. We ensure people know they belong here. That's something we have plastered all over church. You belong here. It's something that Kent brought in. It's something that we like to repeat, but there's a difference between having it on the wall and letting people know that they belong here. And that is our function as a Connections team. When they walk in that door, they know that they belong here. This is the one that's going to be difficult for some of us, me included. We are thermostats, not thermometers. We set the temperature. So we are the ones that affect the environment and make that environment fun and friendly and enjoyable and welcoming and everything else. If we're out there and we're greeting people as they come in and we're not in the mood to smile today, we're not in the mood to welcome people in, people are going to see it, and that's going to rub off on them. Their first thought is, well, that's how this church is. And that's not who we are. We set the temperature to welcome and friendly. This is another one that should be freeing to a lot of ushers and greeters and everyone else. We fulfill our purpose over any task we may have. We are here to help. So example of that, if you're a greeter and you have the bulletins that week and you're handing out the bulletins, that's a task. But we're really there for a purpose. And that purpose goes back to connection. That purpose goes back to we are there to help. So if a family comes in and they need to know where to take their kids. You don't just go, oh, walk down that hall, Pastor Christie's over there, you'll see her. Put the bulletins down and walk them over. It's okay, that's our purpose. Our purpose is to help, not to do the task. And I guarantee you, we can handle it with one greeter, but what's the greeter there for anyway? To make people, both regular attenders and especially new, feel welcome. What's more welcoming for that first-time attender than being walked over by someone dropping everything they're doing and taking them there? And that goes for all of you. Our purpose is more important than our task. That's growth group leaders, that's everything. We need to go over the sermon notes, but you know what? Someone walked in and they're having a tough time, and they lost a baby, or who knows what. We need to stop everything and we need to just be with them. Just the notes from the week can wait. We can do that another time. We just need to be with them. And that's what we're doing. That is our purpose. I like this picture today. So, this was a perfect example of living out purpose. I don't know if you saw her today, but Maisie Bowerly was running around with an umbrella walking people in. And to be honest, that is one of my favorite things to do when it starts raining. I had way too much stuff to get done, and I looked out and I saw her and I'm like, oh man, that is awesome. And I go up, I go, let me take a picture of you. I just love what you're doing. And she looked at me and she goes, and I don't know if she's ever seen this, but I just want to help you. I'm just here to help. That's what we're all here for. We're here to help and drop any task that we have to make that happen. Because that's where people feel welcome, when you go out of their way and drop what you're doing. And the last one is we get to do this. This is the ministry of our church starts with each and every one of us. And it's in our homes, it's in the parking lot, it's as greeters, as they walk through and then they meet ushers, and it's all with us. If someone comes in and they have trouble finding a seat, or they don't know where to go, by the time they reach that chair in there, they're going to be flustered. And that's not it's not good soil for an open heart for whatever Jesus has for them. So again, it's about removing boundaries, making things easy, as soon as they hit that seat, for whatever Ken or whoever's bringing the message to just really be able to penetrate. So, Christy and I were sitting in the truck yesterday, and I think most people know by now, but we got news on Friday that her mom, her cancer's back, and there's nothing they can do. It's stage 4. We don't know how long she has, and especially stacking that with Peyton and all of her medical stuff, and the first cancer scare we had with Christy's mom. It became daunting. And Christy read me a text message from one of our group members, and it was simple. This sucks. I know it is. I'm praying for you. We're here for you. What do you need? And I just couldn't help but think, how do people do this without the community of God, without God's people? How do they do it? Because before I was a Christian, I had never had anything happen. Normal stuff, but nothing heavy happened on me. And we've had a lot since walking this. We've always had a group of people right next to us. And there are so many people that are going to walk through our doors in the next weeks and months and years that don't have that. They're going to be walking into our doors as just a last hope. I don't know what else to do. I don't know where to go. I am breaking here. And every person they encounter in this ministry has a chance to affect them, has a chance to help them, has a chance to move them to the next step, to get them connected. And it matters. Every smile along that path matters. In a second, I'm going to ask Pastor Kent to come up right now. He's going to talk about one more area where it's we're kind of going to expand, and it matters for each and every one of you. Because when you think you're off, when you're not reading that day, I'm sorry to tell you you're not off. Kind of lack of a better term, we started calling this group ninjas. And it has to do when you're in the sanctuary. And so as you're out reading, we want to be able to show people that we're there to help. And I know some people don't like doing this, but those big lanyards we have, please wear those. Because they may be uncomfortable to you, they may not look cool, or I don't know, whatever reason you don't want to wear them, but they show people that you're there to help. That you're someone that can help them find where they're going. Now, this group that Pastor Kent's going to talk about, one of the Thomas Rainer things that the reason why people didn't feel comfortable in churches is when they knew someone was talking to them when they had to. So like in the situation would be a church greeting time. Well, we may think, oh, that's great, we get to see all our friends, we get to shake hands real quickly while the sermon's going on, but 9 out of 10 guests at churches felt uncomfortable during that time. And one of the reasons that they always put was people were forced to talk to me. No one talked to me the whole time. And then when the pastor said that they were forced to talk to me, so it was disingenuous. So I'm going to give this to Pastor Kent. He's going to explain this.
Before I explain about the ninjas, I just first want to comfort you. I know you gave me specific instructions. Short TED Talks, don't go long. This isn't a sermon. So, message heard loud and clear, and I'm going to keep to my word. But I am going to take just a second and thank Pastor Nate for being a champion for our connections and growth groups. Here's something that you know. Here's something you don't know about him unless you go into his office. But the guy's a strategizer. He's like a coach, and he's back in his office, and he's got these chalkboards. And if you're in a growth group, your name is on that chalkboard. And if you're not in a growth group, but you've been here for a little bit of time, your name is on another list on chalkboards, because his whole goal is to get people connected, known, connected, and cared for. And so when I see him have a group, and below it, we're saying the Kimke's, since they're out here, I'll pick on them, and we see the Rainies below that, I don't worry about the Rainies quite nearly as much. It's not that I don't worry about them or don't care about them, but I go, they're known, connected, and cared for in their group. And so that's what he sees on that list when he sees you guys in your respective growth groups. And so mine's the man's, and he doesn't worry about me because, I'm connected in many ways because of that, but I'm just so thankful that there's a champion that wants all of our people to be connected, and then he has a list of people who aren't connected, and I look at that list, he looks at that list, and that's what we worry about. That's what we stress over. That's what we go, okay, these people are friendly, but they don't have friends. And so many churches are friendly, but people aren't looking for a friendly church, they're looking for friends in the church. And so I want to thank Pastor Nate for being a champion to get connected, to be connected. So we added to the growth groups, we added a new responsibility that we want him to put laser focus on connecting people from the moment they come to eventually being in a growth group, serving, connected with other believers. So I love that about that, and just appreciate that we have someone that's championing those things. So the real quick thing here for the TED Talk is the ninjas is when your badge goes off and you're not an usher or a greeter that day, you're not on duty, so to speak. like he said, you're not off duty. We don't just stop doing and caring because we have a badge that says we're here to help today. So the ninja part is this, is when you aren't, we want our whole church eventually to gravitate to this culture. When you're not, have a specific job or on duty, you're just at church that day, we want you to be the ninjas that say, we care about people even though they don't know that we're on task. We're looking to find people and connect. So we want you to look for people. Try to connect with one person, one family each week that you do not know, that you have not met. And it means getting out of our comfort zones. But trust me, they're way more uncomfortable than we are. I get to see those people come into our doors and they're like deer in headlights and they're looking around. You guys, we're all comfortable and happy and stuff. And I'm telling you, they're nervous and scared. And our job is to take that barrier down. And so ninjas means that you're doing it undercover. No one knows that you're on task. No one knows that you have a job. And you're like, I got this. I see that person with that deer in headlights. I'm going to be the one that goes over there, not creep them out, but just introduce myself and not tell them, hey, I'm a ninja. You're flying underneath the radar, and we're just here. Our purpose is not a task, as he's saying. Our purpose is to help people know that they're known, connected, and cared for. And so be a ninja, even when you're not on serving at the coffee bar that day, when you're not doing usher duty that day, when you're not greeting that day. Be a ninja, looking for people to help be known, connected, and cared for. Did I stay under my time limit? Yes.
Okay, so again, this is simple. It's simple stuff. It's just realizing every day when we walk through the door, when we're at a post, what our purpose is. And take those papers home with you, look at them. Like I said, you'll be getting emails from me, videos, whatever, to kind of back this information up. Thank you again. Right now we're going to break into our groups. So anyone that's a growth group leader, stay with Pastor Christy in here. Anyone who is a greeter, where do you want to go, Josh? Which door? This one? Or we'll stay right here in this doorway. Go with Pastor Josh. Anyone who is an usher, you're going to go to the sanctuary with Pastor Kent. And then coffee bar. Coffee. Yeah, sure. It's supposed to be less than 15 minutes. So if he starts to go over,
good luck with that.
So anyone who works at a coffee bar. Heather's going to take that one. Go ahead and go with her over to the coffee bar. Anyone who is an information person, you're going to go with me, and we're going to go to the front information desk out in the main lobby. One last thing I'll say is there's about 20 more people involved with this ministry that could be here today. We need more. And the best recruiters are you guys. You know what we need, you know what we want, you know the hearts behind it, you know the people who are in direct contact with you that can do this well. So please, recruit, give them my name, bug them, and yeah, go ahead and go to your groups, and thank you all for coming.